them on silent. Avoid doing cross talks. And in Toastmaster, we prefer not to talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain while discussing these topics. As every one of us has a mission to achieve, similarly, Toastmaster Club also has a mission to achieve. For this, I would like to request all of you to please stand up and put your hand forward. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member get the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. In today's meeting, our presiding officer is Toastmaster Ashish. He is also past president of MCTC and he is an HR professional. Now, with this, I would announce the starting of meeting and hand over the stage to Toastmaster Ashish.
Thank you, Anurag, for your warm introduction. Once again, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here at 515th meeting of Millennium City Toastmasters Club. So this 515th meeting signifies that this club has been running for the last 10 years. And over a decade, this club has nurtured or produced some of the amazing leaders and speakers. So, before we dive into meeting, are you ready to rock the meeting with some serious energy?
Yes.
I need a loud yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let's do a quick energizer. So the rule is that once I say name, you have to name yourself. Name. Don't raise hand. Name. When I say clap, you have to clap. Clap. Name. Clap. Name. Clap. Now I am flipping the rule. So when I say clap, you have to say your name. When I say name, you have to clap. Clap. Name. I'll make it a little more complicated, right? When I say hands up, hands up. When I say hands down, once again hands up, hands down. Now reversing the rule, hands down, hands up, hands down, hands up. So we are playing all together, right? Start. Reverse. Name. Clap. Hands up. Hands down. Clap. Name. Hands down. Wonderful. Can we have a round of applause for everyone?
You did it wrong, I think. You have to treat us with chocolate now. Yeah.
So let's break the ice with the guests, seeing some new faces. So yes, you are the guest.
No,
Okay, because I have joined after a month of break, so I am not aware. Sorry for that. So no guest here in the meeting today. Okay. So yes, please introduce yourself.
I'm Ritesh. This is actually my third session on this.
Okay.
So I did a lot of thinking about whether to join because it's a Sunday morning. So finally I decided to join the club, and after much thought, this time it works for me. So I'm looking forward to much beautiful sessions in the coming weeks. Thank you.
Great to have you. A round of applause for the guests. So you are a guest, sir, or you're
Coming from second time today.
second time, you're a guest.
Yeah.
So just take a little respite and then I come to you and ask you to please introduce yourself to the club.
Sure.
You are a guest?
Yes.
Second time. Second time. Please once again introduce
So,
yourself.
hello, I'm Rajesh Sai. So, I'll be like I'm just wanting to join as a member in this club. So, I'm in talks with Mr. Rahul.
Okay, so you have made up your mind.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to you to join the club as a member. Any? Yes, sir. So introduce yourself, letting us know your name and what you are expecting.
My name is Dagestan Kage. This is third or fourth time.
Okay.
From next month onward, I will start continuation because last 2 to 3 sessions I was not here for session. So next Sunday I will start regularly.
Pleasure to have you. Please have a seat. So I request all the guests because 2-3 meetings are I have to decide whether to join the club or not. So those who have attended the club as a guest for 2 times, I think they should become the member now of the club. And if you have any iota of doubt about what Toastmaster is or what is the process of becoming a member, what is the course model that Toastmaster covers, how it's going to benefit you once you become the member of the club. So if you need all these details, you can reach out to the EC members. They help you understand everything bit by bit. So moving on, a brief announcement that I'd like to make. I think a message is being circulated in the group that a new member orientation is taking place tomorrow at 8 p.m. So I urge all the new members to register yourself for this session. It will help you understand what the pathway is because pathway is very broad. A learning module for Toastmaster. Being a member for 3 years, even I am not full aware of how the pathways works and what are the labels there in the pathways. So very broad. So I would request you to please register yourself and attend the orientation program. And this is being conducted by the division director. So he was the quality program director last year. So a lot of learning there if you join the session. Even the members who are an old member and would like to refresh their learnings about the pathways, they can join as well. So would urge everyone, especially for the new members, you cannot skip it. You must join. It will help you learning about pathways as I mentioned. Also it will help you to prepare your first speech. There are not many learnings are there in the orientation program.
Quick question. Where is the program
It's happening online. So once you become a member, you will be asked to register. So are you a member?
No. Yes.
So any Toastmaster before? Have you ever
No.
been Toastmaster?
I think he is interested in cutting.
Okay, sorry, I missed to please introduce yourself.
Sure. So today is my second time in this particular Toastmaster. I have been trying to analyze other Toastmaster club as well, but I think the way this Toastmaster club setting is organized is really good. So in short, I am Ruthik, based out of Gurgaon, and my motive of joining this Toastmaster club is that to master the table topic clubs. That is my weakest link. I mean, otherwise, if it is prepared speech, I am good. Without anything else that I am asked to talk on anything else, it's something difficult for me. Ideas don't come to my mind naturally. Thank you.
Welcome you to the class. Well, if you look at the section of the Toastmaster meeting, right, it is comprises of speeches, then table topic section, and evaluation. So if you look at the structure, you'll find that Toastmaster is actually preparing you a well-rounded speaker. Not only you are giving speeches. If you participate in evaluation, you learn a different kind of skill set. If you are becoming the table topic masters, a different sort of skills, it will help you to. So a holistic speaker, the Toastmaster help you to make. Moving on, as you all are aware, and those who are the guests, they also be aware, I think, because you have joined the group as well. The guest group, I think you have been part of. So well, today's, as I mentioned earlier also, that Toastmaster meeting is like an event. Every master of the ceremony or host. So today also we have a host, a master of the ceremony. In Toastmaster, this is called Toastmaster of the day. His prime role would be to share a theme with all the audience. Idea would be here to make the audience aware of some of the learning that the Toastmaster of the day has. Secondly, he'll ensure that the role players are being introduced properly on the stage, and he will also ensure that the meeting flows. We have a meeting flow as per the agenda. So these are the three primary roles that the Toastmaster of the day has to look after. So to run this session, I'd like to invite our Toastmaster of the day, and he is someone who has joined the club a year before. And in a very short span of time, he has become the EC member. Currently, he is a vice president membership, a very young and energetic person. And whenever I interact with him, he always inspires me. He is a data scientist by profession. He plays with data, slicing and diagonalizing of data, number cruncher actually. And he also is a fitness enthusiast. So he does the number crunching as well as the crunching to keep himself fit. And he loves traveling. So today, he is going to share a topic called communication error. And I'm not much aware that what he's going to talk about, but as the name suggests, that he's going to talk about the flaws in the communication, right? How you can identify the flaws in the communication. And he's going to share some tips, tricks, and techniques that will help you dodge the pitfalls of communication error. So without any further ado, I'd like to invite very dynamic, energetic Toastmaster Rahul on the stage. Please have a big round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish, for this wonderful introduction. I'm really flattered. First thing first, let us have a warm-up game. In this, I want you to do whatever I say. Is it clear? Now, could you all please stand up? Let us assume you have a face cream. Okay? Now, put your one hand forward. You take it out, the cream. You rub it up and put it on your chin. Is that your chin? Communication error, right? Now you can have your seat. Thank you for participating. A very good morning, everyone. My name is Rahul, and it is my pleasure to serve you as the Toastmaster of the day. Today's theme is communication error. You can see how easily communication error can happen. Now, if I have to define, communication error can be any issue, any problem while communicating. And broadly speaking, there are essentially two types of communication issues or errors. The first one is if I say something and you are not able to receive. For example, if I am saying something and at the back you are not able to hear. But I believe you are able to hear, right? So, no communication error in that. Now, the second one is when I am able to say something and you are able to receive something, but I am saying something else. Yeah. So, I am able to say something, you are able to receive, but I am saying something else, but you are hearing something else. It is also known as miscommunication. I'll specifically talk about this in this meeting. For example, let's say if I say Ankit Singh, and if he says, no, I'm Ankit Sharma, that means miscommunication has happened. Well, it is very common, miscommunication is very common, and sometimes it can create a huge problem. We'll talk about more, but before that, let me walk you through of the agenda of today's meeting. A Toastmasters meeting is usually divided into three sections. The first section is of prepared speech, where the speakers who have prepared for days, weeks, or even months will be giving their speeches. The second section is called table topic section, also known as impromptu speech. Now, guests can also participate in this, so be aware. The third, the last, and the most important section of any Toastmaster meeting is that of evaluation and feedback, where our dedicated evaluators will be evaluating individual speakers as well as different aspects of the meeting. We also introduce word of the day in each meeting, and today's word of the day is jubilant, which means showing or feeling a great joy. For example, the mood in the country is right now is jubilant after the successful landing of Chandrayaan 3 on the moon. I request all the speakers to use word of the day and request all the others to appreciate them by showing thumbs up whenever they use word of the day. Now it is time to have a laugh or a smile. But unfortunately, we do not have any joke master. So I request anybody from the audience, if you want to share a joke,
So maybe I will try a one-liner.
you can try.
Please have a
Good morning, everyone. So recently, one of my friend told that he saw a news. In the news, he said in Delhi there were 3 people and they died. That was a joke only.
we'll laugh tomorrow.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harjinder, for the great.
It is the funniest joke.
Anyway, I had a backup joke. So, let me share that. This is the appraisal month for me. I was expecting a great race, a good race. And you see, I'm financially struggling. So I approached my boss and asked for a raise. But he misheard. He thought I said race and he challenged me for running competition. Again, one example of miscommunication. Now it is time for me to invite the general evaluator for today's meeting, who will explain the general evaluation or evaluation in the Toastmaster meeting. It is none other than Toastmaster Ankit, who has joined in January 2023. He is HR and sorry, he is
He's consultant.
sorry. What's the community? So he is business intelligence analyst, and he has done BTech, and his hobbies include music and cycling. Let us welcome the very talented, the very entertaining.
So thank you everyone. This is the first time I'm taking general evaluator role, and I'll be evaluating all of the speeches, not all of the speeches. I'll be evaluating the table topics because we have dedicated evaluators for the speech, so I won't be evaluating the speeches, but I'll be evaluating the evaluators, and I have a team of evaluators to help me. So I would like to welcome grammarian for today, Toastmaster Vishal first.
Good morning, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good morning.
As a grammarian, I shall listen to everyone's word uses and note down any awkward use of or misuse of language, like incomplete in sentences that change direction in speech, incorrect grammar, or major problems. For example, a singular verb with plural subject. 1 in 5 children wear glasses. It should be 1 in 5 children wears glasses. Okay. any grammatical errors in between the speeches, I will note down, and at the end I will prepare my evaluation and share with the audience. I shall also report creative language uses. Any good words and any incorrect word, I will report both, and in the end I will share the report with the audience. Thank you.
So next one is Toastmaster Vishal, who is our counter for today. Give him a round of applause.
The right word may be effective, but no word is as effective as the rightly timed pause. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I am the R counter for today. You all must be realizing the role. What is the role of the R counter? So when I joined Toastmaster, I realized that R counter is not adding a lot of value. But when I started giving speech, I started realizing that we are not giving. When we are on this stage, we are not giving speech in a speech format, but in a conversational format. Because when we talk to friends, we use a lot of these filler words, and that remains in our mind. And when we are on stage, we use the same, and we do not give it in a speech format. So I will be there to catch those crutch words which you guys don't notice. That is the biggest problem. We don't notice these crutch words and filler words. I will be there to help you catch those words so that you can deliver the speech effectively and give the speech flawlessly. So as an R counter, I shall take note of these crutch words such as well, but, so, you know, sounds such as repeat words such as I, this means. In addition, I shall listen to everyone for long pauses used as fillers and not as a necessary part of sentence structure. When called upon by general evaluator, I shall present my report, and I will be very jubilant if we have as minimal the filler words today as possible. Thank you.
What a detailed explanation given by Toastmaster Vishal. Next, we are having timer Toastmaster Abhishek.
Productivity is never an accident. It is the result of your commitment towards your hard work, towards your intelligence planning and focus effort. Now coming to the time, importance of time in the productivity. Suppose you have done a task which is of 6 months duration, and after the 6 months duration, it is time to present yourself, your manager on your behalf, then to the leadership and present that meeting. So here block the timing for 30 minutes. And the meeting ended in 5 minutes. How do you feel that? Because it was your 6 months hard work you have done. But even though we have the 30 minutes of time and your manager just end up in 5 minutes, and so pass your entire work. So how do you feel on that matter? Because the time has there, but he is not utilized it. Whatever. So disappointed. So which means we have the time, we should utilize this to the full level. So now another step of example. So now the manager went, the timing is slow for 30 minutes. But in the first 30 minutes, he only speak about your 2 months of your hard work. But the 4 months, the outcome of the project is still pending. He needs another 40 minutes of time. So how do you feel on that? Whether the CXO has that time to listen to your speech, to the manager speech? No. Still your hard work remains unanswered in front of the CXO. This is how you need to be very much understand the importance of time management at everywhere. Either you connecting with your CXO because they don't have the time, and you have to, in that limited time, you have to give yourself best so that you can express your entire work by telling you. So that is the timing. And today, as a timer, I will keep reporting and keep mentioning all the people who are coming to the forum, how much they are taking that time. Whether we have the allotted time, whether that person, either the speaker or player, are taking that allotted time or not, or they are accessing above the allotted time. So I will raise the red card, green, yellow and red card accordingly. For the speaker, the minimum time allotted is 5 minutes. And post that I will press the green signal. And then 2 minutes will be given buffer time to green time. In between, after 6 minutes, I will raise a yellow card to inform him that it's the right time to summarize your entire speeches. And then after 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. This means that post that you are going to discard from that role, from the evaluation section or from that competition. Similarly, for the table topics, minimum time you have to spend is 1 minute and maximum 2 minutes. Post that you will be discarded. And third, for the role player, either for the evaluator or that player, the minimum time will be given 2 minutes and maximum 3 minutes. That is all from the time. Start.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek, for a very detailed explanation with numerous examples. So, if you are coming on the stage, be rest assured you will be evaluated either by the dedicated evaluators or us. So, with that, I'd like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankit, for the detailed explanation of the evaluation. Now, continuing with the theme. Few days back, I met one of my friends, and he's married, and I'm not. It's probably all of you might be knowing. But don't worry, even if you don't know. Let me reiterate. So, I met him, I saw all his face was swollen up. So I asked, what happened, bro? Why all these swellings? He then said, nothing, bro. Yesterday was my wife's birthday. I was startled. I said, isn't it great? What is the problem? He then said, the problem was I had ordered a cake for her, and the cake decorator, instead of her name Tapasya, wrote Samasya. Samasya is a Hindi word which means problem. Miscommunication happened.
And also
Sorry?
and also it was joke.
Yeah. You can consider it as a joke, but it was not a joke.
Not your
my
part.
friend. Let me share another example, which actually happened with me. I'm sure every one of you might have heard about Durga Puja. It is a very popular festival, especially in West Bengal. But it is celebrated across India as well. In Delhi, you will see a lot of pandals which are very famous. I visited one such pandal. A pandal is basically a shed where Goddess Durga's idols are kept and worshipped. I visited one last year during Durga Puja. It was very crowded, but at the same time, the vibe was out of this world. I was enjoying, I was roaming around, I was having fun. Suddenly, from the back, I hear a female voice. And someone was calling me hot. I thought I might be a little bit cute, but hot. But again, people say random stuff. So I ignored it and moved on. She again called me hot. I ignored it again. But she was very persistent. And it was getting out of control. But after some time, I moved on and she again called me hot. And it was too much. I turned around and said, Madam, look, I know I am hot. But you don't have to call me out. She then said, you stupid moron, have you seen your face in mirror? Hot means move aside. Hot means move aside. I was very embarrassed. It turned out she was Bengali. And in Bengali, hot actually means move aside. Miscommunication happened. Now let me share with you a live example. For this I would require 6 volunteers. 6 volunteers, please. Yeah. You can come on to this stage. So we have 5 more.
Abhishek.
Any female or participation will also be encouraged. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah, you can get the cue. Just simple line. You have to do it. Yes. Just face the image. Yeah. And you don't have to look behind. Okay, so the name of the game is actually pass the action. So I'll do some action and they will have to pass it. Okay, let's see how well they perform or how well they are communicating with each other. That is the end. Remove first part.
Yeah, please. Okay, like this. 1, 2, 3rd. That's it. Chirag is doing it actually. Few players like him to Mix Masala is lot of on his own.
Now let us continue to both of us. So it was something like this.
Need for first.
Something like this. Something like this.
ये भी था
Thank you everyone for participating and making it a great,
What exercise?
yeah, a great example of entertainment and miscommunication. Well, intentionally there was added some mirch masala, but yeah, overall it was really great. Now moving forward, it is time for the prepared speech. Are you excited?
Yes.
Okay. So the first speaker is none other than our own, very own Shaya. Can you guess? So it is, the first speech will be given by Toastmaster Surinder. He has joined in September 2022. He is consultant at Evanisol. He has done BTech. He loves reading, writing, trekking, and playing chess. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Harjinder. I request Toastmaster Harjinder to share the speech objective.
Good morning once again. So today, Toastmaster Surinder is delivering his speech from Pathways Presentation Mastery and Level 3 Project 1. His objective is to develop and support a viewpoint and identify the most appropriate type of persuasive speech. So he will be giving persuasive speech, and in the project he has learned about different type of persuasive techniques, and we will see how he deliver and how he persuade us. All the best to customers.
Toastmaster Surinder, 3 is greater than 30. Toastmaster Surinder, 3 is greater than 30.
Thank you. And good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hello, Toastmasters and dear guests. You all of heard about the title, and I know all of us curious about with the title. How a 3 greater than can be a 30? But bear with me. I will present my case, and I am confident after that you will agree with me. What is that case? Let's aside this let this question aside for a while. Now I am just telling you I have transcript of an interview of 2 persons. The interviews I am just reading out for you. The first, there is a person A. The question was the same for both the persons. First question for asked to the person A. Tell me about your life. How it is going. Sorry. So tell me about your life and how it is going. The person has said, life is completely hell. I am dealing with the struggle of a million of problems. My body is out of shape. My career is not on track. My financial position is also tight. I often wish I go abroad, wear branded clothes, but I can't. Please don't ask about that, please. That was the answer. Now, second question to you. What is your perspective if someone is very wealthy? What is your perspective if someone is very wealthy? I believe if someone is so wealthy, he or she must be involved in illegal activities. Because without doing any shady activities, you can't be wealthy. Right? Now, third question asked by the interview. Okay, what is your point of view when you saw a physically attractive person? What is your point of view on that? He or she said, I believe if a good looking person must lack brain, they are probably a slacker or disloyal too. Both good looking person are not too much smart. They are just focusing on their lip up. That was his perceptions. And another question was asked to him was, how do you view a person who is in a relationship? A person in a relationship must be a liar. He being not very truthful. He just be a show, do a show because doing. No one likes a truthful person, because if you want in a relationship, you have to do these things. You have to lie, you have to show things. This was and the last question asked to him about okay, now tell me about your concept of God. The person said, a God is the most powerful entity that controls everything in the universe, and we should fear from God. Because if we do anything wrong, we will be punished by God.
These were the answers from the person A. Now, same questions asked to the person B. His question was, what was the first question?
Tell me about your life.
Great. Now, person B, life is wonderful. However, there are many challenges, some challenges, but I am sure I will overcome soon. But this currently I am living a good life. I have a peaceful sleep at night and enough food throughout the day. In short, I can say that I am living a jubilant life. Okay, now second question was? Second question, what is your perspective when you see someone wealthy person? And first of all, I will really admire. He or she must do something good in his life, and he or she must be some character. And I want to curious about to know about his journey, his or her journey, and maybe I will grasp some important things there and learn from him that I can also reach there. And the third question was, anyone have remember the third question? Good looking person. So, on that point, he said, my view is similar. Like a wealthy person, if I look at a beautiful person, good looking person, I admire him, and also will look that they have time to grasp and absorb the positive things from him, and will definitely. This the and last fourth question, not last one. Fourth question was relationship. On the relationship, I think a person in a relationship should have a good and friendly personality and be authentic. And according to me, to be in a relationship, you have to just be authentic. To have to be just yourself, and you will get that person. You will meet with that person that will stay with you forever. This is the simple concept of that. And last question was similarly was asked for. What was the concept of God? I believe concept of God has been misunderstood by all of us. You, and everyone in the world is God. They are saying God is everywhere. We all know about it. We all in schools said God is everywhere. But what it actually means, it means our mind that resides within us is a God. That's we can say God is everywhere. This is the total concept of the God. And when we said we are praying to God, that is the interaction we are doing. We are programming, we are asking to our mind for our wishes. This is the thing, for our problems. We are telling with our problems to our God, that means we are telling to our problems of mind so that He can solve. That mind controls everything in the universe. This is the God of concept. Now, this is what we do. Now, questions was that you heard two conversations. Now, my question to all of you, that person A or person B, number of experience who have better, who have more number of experience of life in this. Any common question in general?
I can say this is more about your life, how much experience you have, which kind of environment you are living in, whether you are living with the negative people or whether you are living with the positive set of people. When you are at the age of 40 and you are living with the negative people, you have the negative mindset. Even at the age of 25, you are living with the positive and having a positive attitude, because you can have a better mindset.
Okay, my question just also answer give out your way. I appreciate your the whole explanation, but just answer as well just a general normal question. What would be the answer be? But now I am revealing the truth. Both person I am. The both person I am till the age of 30. That was my perceptions, my question, my answer to the question as a person B. Now I am at 33. Now my question was that, and my answer was as a person B. In the last 3 years, I learned so much things that I didn't learn in my last 30 years. So that's I am calling that 3 is greater than 30 for me. I hope you all must have
your experience, your example with that. If anyone can share, I have concluded my speech here. If anyone can share his example with, can share or thank you.
What a wonderful and interactive speech by Toastmaster Surinder. After the speech, अपन को लगता है कि अपनी सीख 1 minute silence for the feedback. I think feedback link is shared.
Yes, how can guest?
Can anybody share the link with the? Now it is time for the second speech. And the second speech will be given by Toastmaster Shelby. She is member since December 2022. She is working with Tyson. She has done MBA. Her hobbies include reading and meetup. I hope you are getting meetup. Even if you are not getting, that's fine because you see, akele her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Gaurav. I request Toastmaster Gaurav to read the speech objective.
Morning everyone. Today Shilpi Chugh is going to give a speech on your Chandrayaan in You. The pathway she has chosen in this presentation, mastery, and the project type level is 2.2. So for the benefit of all who are newcomers, there are 12 paths in Toastmasters. Out of them, there are 5 levels and 46 projects. So she's on project level 2.2 out of that. The objective of today's speech is to use of effective body language. So what you should be to learn.
Toastmaster Shelby, your Chandrayaan in you. Your Chandrayaan in you, Toastmaster Shelby.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I have been jubilant since 23rd of August. And before I even get into my speech, can we give like the loudest cheer to all our scientists of ISRO who have really made Chandrayaan 3 possible? Can we give that? I was in a flight coming back from work when Chandrayaan 3 landed, and the entire flight and the cheer in the entire flight, trust you me, since then I haven't stopped getting goosebumps ever since anybody talks and I think about Chandrayaan. What a momentous achievement this has been. Now, so that got me thinking, right? I take a lot of me time, so that always gets me reflecting. Whenever such a momentous achievement happens, where over 1 billion people feel the kind of pride we felt that day, what really below that is touching something much, much inside of each of us. And for me, this was a story of dreaming big. This was a story of truly believing in your potential and believing in possibilities, true possibilities. So I thought, tell me, when was the last time I had an outrageous dream for myself, which gives me the kind of goosebumps and just never ending? Anybody here outrageous? What do you think outrageous, right? You don't have to think about Elon Musk, who really wants to make Mars a part of Earth, but don't think like that. But in your own space, anybody who can share anything, if it comes to your mind, a dream that you had that was like crazy and outrageous.
Anyone, every time when this question asked me, I have one answer. Like this is already linked with the space. I want to space travel. I want to do space travel.
Such a lovely dream that you have. Sure.
Like, you be the reason to give employment to like 50 to 60,000 people of
Wow.
India, and be one of the reasons that the country is coming out of poverty, and you are being like felicitated by the PM and all. So it is
Wow.
kind of a dream.
Wow. So let me tell you one of my outrageous dreams. Many years back, I used to live in Mumbai, and for work, I used to travel between Worli, taking the sea link towards Bandra. And every time I would cross Worli sea face, I would go in my own dreams. I am now imagining I have a palatial apartment at the rooftop, at the topmost floor of Worli sea face. It's so palatial that practically half of the whole balcony is open, half of the apartment is open. I have an infinity pool overlooking the sea, and I have a jacuzzi to myself. Every evening I am sitting there with the champagne, looking up at the stars and the sea, and I'm living my whole dream entirely. And that moment, I realize there's a voice that comes inside of me. Dude, you bloody earn 30,000 rupees a month. You're traveling by a Kali Pili. Come on, dude, get real. Forget 10%, even if I make a 20% every freaking year, it's possibly going to take me two, 3 lifetimes to own an apartment like that, right? And there went my outrageous dream, somewhere deep inside the sea, and I'm still to find it. Okay? So the point I'm trying to make is, every time we think something big, every time we think something that's more and beyond us, there's always a voice inside that tells you, dude, get real. What you're thinking is not practical. What you're thinking, have you thought about this? You might just fail. There are always these two kind of voices inside of you. Okay? Now let me tell you a small story here, which actually is a life wisdom story. And I heard it long time back, and it still stays with me so deeply. And it's a conversation between a grandfather and a little grandchild. And the grandfather is trying to teach a little grandchild what human beings are all about and how they function. So here goes the grandfather. He says, you know what, grandson? There are 2 wolves inside of you. And the little one here gets very curious. He says, oh really, grandfather? The 2 wolves are inside of my stomach right now. What are they doing? The grandfather says, there's one wolf who is dreaming. There's one wolf who wants to make sure that you become what you're really meant to become in your lifetime. And then there's another wolf that's really watching out. That's all the time telling you, if you fail, come on, first safeguard for yourself. Get realistic. And these 2 wolves are constantly fighting inside of you. Now the little one is a bit scared. And he says, are they fighting? Is that going to hurt me? Is that hurting real bad? But now tell me, who is winning? And the grandfather says, and hear this out, because that's where the lesson is. The grandfather says, the one who is winning is the one you're choosing to feed. Take a moment here. The one wolf you're choosing to feed is the wolf that's winning the battle. And what I learned that day is that you will always have 2 voices inside of you. You will you always have a self-doubt, a wolf that's trying to hold you back, and you always have a dreamer. You always have a dreamer inside of you. But the choice remains your own. You make your choice. Who are you trying to feed? Who are you trying to make bigger? So our job and my hope today is that we feed this wolf that's really a dreamer, trying to make you like really big in life, and starve this crazy little one, not to death, because this one is also important. Important for you to watch out, step a little bit, but keep this in control, so that all of us here can truly realize our potential, can truly realize what we are set out to be, and find our own Chandrayans in this lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpi. What a wonderful and inspiring speech it was. 1 minute silence for the feedback. Minute is over, so it is now time for the third speech, and the third speech will be given by Toastmaster Vivek. He is member since September 2021. He is VP Operational at Hexicom Telecom Communication. He has done BTech and PGDBA. His hobbies include traveling with family and reading notification. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Siddharth. So I request Toastmaster Siddharth to share the speech objective.
Okay. So Toastmaster Vivekanand is giving his speech from Pathway Presentation Masterist and level 3.2. So just to information, every pathway is divided into 5 levels. So he is giving level 3.2. That means level 3, project 2. And every project has a purpose. That means every speech has a purpose. So this purpose of this speech is for the speaker to practice being aware of his or her thoughts and feelings, as well as the impact of his or her responses. And he has to share his or her experience to complete this project. And time is 5 to 7 minutes. So all the best, Toastmaster Vivekanand.
Toastmaster Vivekanand, mental chatter, Toastmaster Vivekanand. Best.
Hers, your thoughts are architect of your life. Do you agree? Yes or no? Your thoughts too, architect of your life. And each one of us are having thoughts which is constructing our life. Fellow Toastmaster and dear guest, today I would like to share phenomena which has affected my life day in, day out. And I am sure it affects your life too. And that is mental chatter. And I'm glad my previous two speakers, somehow they mentioned this phenomena in their speech. We are completely bombarded by a stream of thoughts, ideas, worries, and anxiety. And we are struggling to cope with that. Negative thoughts which is coming to our mind, which is self-constructed most of the time. Negative self-talk, we are expert in doing that. And that harms our every action, what we take, the way we see the world. Isn't it? This mental chatter is one of the cause for stress, worry, anxiety. And this is true for me. I have learned a number of lessons when I started realizing what Gaurav is thinking about me is not true. He is talking, the way he is talking to me, maybe his own style, but I have construed. No, he doesn't like me. And I made whole story around that. And that thoughts has created so many ripple effect in my life. And this is one example. When I started growing up in the professional ladder, when I started managing large number of people, who said what was more important than what actually work is. And we kept on thinking in the night, why did he say like this? Why is he said like this? And that created, source of anxiety. Sometimes sleepless night. And this, to some extent, is happening with everyone. So mental chatter is a normal phenomenon. As a normal human being, we get almost 80,000 thoughts a day. Some thoughts are controlled by you, some thoughts are unconsciously done. But these days, additional ring, ding, and ping and notification is also adding this phenomena of mental chatter. You have messaged to someone on Insta and somebody has not replied after saying we are in anxiety. So this mental chatter, self-construction, negative talk about yourself is harming. But do we think mental chatter is bad? It's not bad. There is another aspect of mental chatter, the dreamer. Unless you self-talk positively, you can't dream, you can't ideate, you can't create a solution in your mind. All the physical thing which has been created in the world, the first is what created in the mind. So unless you dream it, unless you ideate it, it's difficult. So mental chatter is a positive thing. What I have learned, few things which may help you. The one, always have self-positive talk. Come on, self-positive talk. You are responsible for your life, right? The second is very mindfulness. The way you observe your thought is very, very important. You are not your thoughts. You are just observer of your thoughts. So keep your thoughts and your emotions separate. You are just observer. You are not your thoughts. The third, be active. Be active. I think this helped me. Meditation, exercise, which brings you in the moment. It breaks the ripple of negative chain, if at all it is happening with you. Be in the moment. I am sure some of you might be thinking at this point of time about something else. You may not be here. And this is very natural, but be in the moment. This helps you in two ways. One, you are adding value to the moment. And the second, any negative chain of thoughts you might be having, that is getting broken here. The fourth, very, very important thing, whenever you have negative thoughts, just started writing down. You write for this. Why I am thinking this way? Do analysis, not from you, just your perspective, perspective of someone else. There are many stories, and the stories of Wolf. How do you imagine, how do you perceive? That's very, very important. So let me conclude. We all have mental chatter. We all will be having mental chatter. But it's all about finding a delicate balance between positive one, which we can harness, and the negative one, which we can reduce. It can't be eliminated, it can be reduced by practice. So, dear Toastmasters and guests, please watch your thoughts. Please take action on your positive thoughts, and this will change your life. This is a slow phenomenon, but this is going to impact you. I'll end with a quote. Your thoughts are just like a ink, and your life is paper. Write it well. Write it well. Over to Toastmasters.
Toastmaster Vivekanand, what a wonderful speech and great learning. 1 minute silence for the feedback. Now it is time for the last and the fourth speech for the session. The last speech or the fourth speech will be given by Toastmaster Chirag. He is member since September 2022. He is pursuing Bachelor's in Economics at TU. His hobbies include watching movies and bicycling. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Anurag, so I request Toastmaster Anurag to read out the speech objectives.
Toastmaster Chirag is going to give his speech for level 2.3 of presentation mastering pathway, and his purpose of this speech is to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice and refine how he used non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. His speech title is FOMO to JOMO. So I say best of luck to him for his speech. Toastmaster Chirag.
Toastmaster Chirag.
FOMO to JOMO. How many of us are aware of the term FOMO? Yeah, most of us are aware. Fear of missing out. FOMO. It refers to the feeling or perception that others are having more fun. They are having much better experiences than us, and overall they are living a better life than us. And it involves a deep sense of anxiety, envy, and affects our self-esteem. Let me tell you my story, that how did I deal with this, what is my so-called FOMO story, and what is my journey from FOMO to JOMO. Last year in February, I started my offline college journey after 6 months of online classes. And from the very first day, I started facing FOMO, the fear of missing out. Last June, in the middle of the June, I was lying on my bed. And scrolling Instagram and swiping through stories. And what I saw that people of my age, my batchmates, my college mates, even people from my class are having so much fun. They are partying all night. They are going on night outs. They are roaming around in Delhi till 4 a.m. in the morning, and they are hopping cafes and they are doing hard drinks and God knows what else. And I was like, man, I am missing on my college life. Yeah. My college life is so boring. These people are partying, they are going to clubs all night. And I could not do that because I live with my family and my parents won't allow to go out till 4 a.m. in the morning. It's very obvious. So what actually happened is, with time, I went to clubbing twice, and I did it with my cousins. So what actually happened is, I went there and I saw that people are dancing in this dark room with strangers and buying overpriced expensive drinks. And what's the use of that? They are getting totally wasted and spending thousands of rupees in this dark room and dancing. Why not dance outside and with your friends and have much more fun and with family? So I did not understand the concept of clubbing and found out that I am not a party guy or a club guy. I do not enjoy partying. So I realized that what's the use of this FOMO which I was having since last year, that I am not a party animal, I am not enjoying my college life just because other people are partying and they are enjoying their life their way. That doesn't mean that I have to do the same thing to enjoy my life. And that is what we call FOMO, fear of missing out. I thought that I was missing it out and I am leaving behind from them. And the major thing which affected my mental health was social media. What is the game of social media, my friends? We compare our normal and regular lives with the highlights of other people's life. Listen it again. Social media puts you in a position where you compare your normal regular lives with the highlights of other people's life. And it is very obvious that you will feel FOMO if you are letting your mind to think that way, right? And whenever I used to open LinkedIn, as I am a student and I have to be active on that, whenever I used to open LinkedIn, there was always some SRCC guy who was getting offer letters from all the Ivy League colleges, and I was like, what I am doing with my life here? I am just preparing for an entrance exam, and these people like in second year, third year are applying for Ivy League colleges and they are getting offer letters. Like, what the hell? And I realized later on with time, mindfulness and all, I came to know that what's the purpose of my life? Do I really want to go to an Ivy League colleges? Yeah, I know it's a brand and people value you if you go there, but do I really want to go to an Ivy League college? I said no, I do not want to go there. Is it your purpose? No. Then why are you feeling FOMO? Why are you fearing that that person is going to Ivy League colleges? That doesn't mean that you would be left behind in your life, right? And I learned that, and there was an epiphany that we do things what most of the people are doing, but not what we really want to do. and that is one of the major learnings of my college life. You do you, not others. And all these branded manufacturing companies and all these clothing brands are playing with your psychology and they are hacking your psychology because they understand the game of FOMO. Remember, you often end up watching a web series just because all other people have watched it and they are talking about it and you do not want to miss out on things, right? It happens because we do not want us to left behind, and that's obvious. But let me give you another example. Last year, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin suddenly boomed and it was a trend all over the world and people were investing in it, and 90% of the investors didn't really know what a cryptocurrency is and how it really works, what is blockchain technology, how it is going to change the world, and they didn't know that, and they ended up losing their lot of money and went bankrupt. And the reason was everyone was doing it. I thought it is also the future, so I also invested, and that's what FOMO is. So, my friends, let me give you another example, and it is related to your relationship status. American TV shows like Friends and many others have changed our mindset, and especially the Gen Z mindset, that in your early 20s, when you are 19 and when you are 18, and when especially when you enter college, it is very important to date someone to enjoy your life. And people are really doing that. I have seen people running after relationship just because they think it is necessary to have fun in college life, right? And it is not the case. So I would like to conclude my speech with change your FOMO to JOMO. JOMO is joy of missing out. Really know what you love, do what you love, and don't do what other people are doing, and don't think you would be left behind, and just enjoy your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chirag. What a relatable topic. Great presentation. 1 minute silence for the feedback. I believe today will be really difficult to decide the best speaker. All the 4 speakers and the speeches were really amazing. Now let me continue with the theme. While it is really difficult to avoid miscommunication entirely, but we can minimize it somehow. And there are ways. The first one is be clear, be concise, use simple language, use simple sentence to communicate or share your messages. For example, if I ask, what did you have for lunch? Instead of saying steamed 5 long grain white rice handmade in the ample print of lack of the Vindhyas accompanied by a golden military soup that was gently simmered over smoldering kisses of angels, you could just say that. The second one is active listening. Pay attention to what others are saying. If you don't understand, ask questions. And the third one, and the last one is use right meaning. If someone is not comfortable with, let's say, English, use the language the person is comfortable with. If you could, let's say, audio instruction is not working, use video instruction. So choose right meaning. Here in Toastmasters, we provide platform to practice all these things. and make you a great and effective communicator. Now it is time for table topic section, also known as impromptu speech section. Today's table topic master is Toastmaster Nitin. He's very energetic, his aura is like just beyond our imagination. Even if he's far away, you will be noticing him. Even if you don't see him, you will see him. And notice that, yeah, Toastmaster Nitin is coming. He is member since September 2022. He is senior solution architect at Adidas. He has done MTech, and his hobbies include traveling and swimming. Let us welcome and have a great and big round of applause for Toastmaster Nitin.
So everyone, my name is Nitin. So I am going to be the table topic master for today's session. It is one of the most exciting and thrilling session in any Toastmasters meeting, because in this section you get a chance to speak on the impromptu topics, and you can hone your skills, which is one of the one of the skill is thinking as you speak. So you can all practice in these skills. So the time for the table topic is 2 minutes. It is between 1 to 2 minutes. So 1 minute is minimum and 2 minutes are the maximum. If you speak between 1 and 2, then you are qualified for the context, which is happening, and you can win exciting prizes. So in this section also guest will get a chance to speak. So I'll invite a few guests also here. So as we all are jubilant about the success of our scientists this week, so I have dedicated this session on all our scientists and visionaries who help us to achieve the point we are here right now. So in this topics, I have written the quotes of all such visionaries from India, and you to speak on these topics. So it is sometimes it becomes very difficult to speak on very random topic. So there are some methodologies to speak on such kind of situation. One of them is Oreo approach. So as most of you are aware, but just for the sake of the information of guests, so Oreo stands for like opinion, reason, example, and again opinion. So the first part is opinion. So you can start delivering speech on that topic by showing your opinion on that topic. So you can start as far as I am concerned, or I think on this topic, or whatever you think about that topic, you put the opinion on that topic. You can start from there, and then after that you can give the reason. The second thing is reasoning. So why do you think like that? To back your opinion, you can provide the reason. The third thing is example. So you can give any real-time example, your example from or some other's example to support your reasoning. And third one is opinion again, which is the conclusion. So after all this opinion, reasoning, example, you give the conclusion on that topic. So this is one of the most popular approaches. And let's start the session. So first of all, I will invite someone from the members to set up the context and set up a tone at the stage. So, Abhishek.
So, the quotes from the Kalpana Chawla. You must enjoy the journey, because whether or not you get there, you must have fun on the way. You must enjoy the journey, because whether or not you get there, or you must have fun on the way. So that is a. So how many of us has watched Mangal Mission, the movie? I think so. Many people over there. So I was watching yesterday. This is the first time I was watching after the releasing of almost 2 years. So on that Mangal Mission, I get to know how that entire mission has started. Like ISRO was not funding that mission, but the Rakesh, the one who is leading that project, he wants to enjoy that journey. He wants to make a success story of Mangal Mission. So he started even the ISRO chairman at that has not given that budget. The budget for that mission was 800 crore. But Rakesh Dhawan has put in the budget for 800 crore, but the government sanctioned 400 crore. So you can look around, the owner the budget has been cut by half. And you have to, within 400 crore, you have to take the entire lunar rocket to the moon, to the Mars. So, but still he wants to enjoy that journey. He wants to live that journey. Whether or not this is successful or not, we don't know. But at the same time, they have a time span that you have to complete that mission within 18 months or 24 months. So look around that. Think about it, how it was too difficult for any person to go to the Mars with the half budget what we expected. So you have made the entire planning based on the 800 crore mission. How we are going to do that? But you ended up with the 400 crore in hand. But still, he wants to take the risk, and he put his leg on that mission and dedicated a few special scientists who was just willing to take it as a job, not as a mission. So, but he made confidence to all the 7-8 scientists that this is not the job we are doing, this is a mission we are doing. Everyone should have the stick to do that. When you move from a working, dedicated as a working people or as a job, you are not going to success in your life. But when you accomplish that task as a mission of your life, then you can successfully do that. And our scientist has done that, even with the less budget and within a given frame of time. That is how we should enjoy the thing, not with as a working job or just as a job for that, but enjoy that as a mission of your life. Then you get the success. Even a lot of hardship or a lot of, I can say, struggle are there in that path. So that is my point. Enjoy the
As the timer himself was speaking, so he could not. Okay, then I'll invite someone from the guest. I think it's the time to improve your tabletop exercise.
Good. My favorite scientist, APJ Abdul Kalam. If you want to shine like a sun, first burn like a sun.
Oh, wow.
Let me start with the story, and I get emotional while talking about the story. Do you know who invented bulb? Do you know his story?
Yes.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yes, basically,
He invented 100 times of the one of
one of the plant was burned, and then he started.
This is after he